Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch.
Traitors!
Hey y'all, hey, welcome to Sisters Who Watch.
Hello, I'm Shelby.
And I'm Laura, and we're sisters who watch everything. TV, movie, sports, concerts, and even reality shows with people fake killing each other.
Mafia.
Mafia. We love to watch it. We love talking about it even more. Today we're watching The Traitors.
The Traitors. Season 4 of the hit reality TV show on Peacock.
Peacock. That's it. And before we get into our review of The Traitors Season 4, please make sure you're giving Sisters Who Watch 5 stars. 5 stars wherever you listen. Rate, download, subscribe. Follow us on social media at Sisters Who Watch. Thank you for your support. Okay, Shelby, let's get into The Traitors. Can you give us a little background? On The Traitors?
Of course. So, as always, let's start with the logline. Contestants in the game move into a majestic castle and work as a team to complete a series of dramatic and challenging missions to earn money for the prize pot. Some contestants are loyal, but some are traitors. Ugh, crazy. 4th season hosted by Alan Cumming. 3rd season of all celebrities. We loosely use the term celebrities. They're basically former reality show contestants.
It's like not even celebrities. Remember, they just had Britney Spears' ex-husband. It's like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, celebrities is loose. Like Z-list, I guess.
Yes.
So funny. But it's really entertaining show. It has gone down in the last few seasons, if I say so myself.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's a good concept. And I think it'll be interesting for us to dive into why we think this season was not as successful. But I think we should start talking about, how'd you feel about the casting announcements when you heard who's going to be on?
Yeah. I was going to say my expectations for the season were low. Low. This casting was a flop. I did not like the cast this season. I feel like it was lacking star power. Right? Like, I'm a big Lisa Rinna fan. She's probably like the only person who I was excited about on this cast. I think Lisa Rinna is such a star. So I was excited to see her, but literally no other standouts. I do like Monet Exchange. I'm a Drag Race fan. So
girl.
I was excited to see her, but literally no one else. Who were you excited to see? Well, okay, wait, Natalie from Survivor. There are like
Laura,
3 people.
Can't forget. It was giving like people turned it down, or they tried to be a little too like out there, or like a little too strategic. Like they picked 2 ice skaters who they knew would be commenting in the Winter Olympics.
Yes,
like, okay, Peacock, that was strategic.
Yes,
like it felt like some of the choices like were more about the business than maybe the actual like quality. I also think choosing, I know they did this with Robin last year and they done it with Sheree, like choosing housewives that aren't on a show currently
who've been discontinued,
like that's what they do. I don't know, is that like a rule? I think Lisa Rinna is great, but I do think Candiace, like I think Candiace actually was pretty good on the show, but I am not a Candiace fan, so seeing her I wasn't that excited.
No, Candiace, I've never been a fan.
I didn't watch Ladies of London. I barely watched Dubai, so I could care less about Caroline. Like, I thought she was a weird casting choice. Caroline Stanbury?
Yeah, she didn't pop. Yeah, Caroline Stanbury.
I will say, though, I know we'll get into it. They were kind of the stars of the show. As a Love Island fan, I was excited to see 2 Love Islanders, Rob and Maura. Even though I wasn't a big Rob fan on season 6, and even though we don't know much, at least I don't know much about Maura beyond her Love Island UK season 5 years ago, and the fact that she hosts After Sun in the US, which I don't watch. So I don't know much about Maura present day, but she was pretty iconic on her season of Love Island UK. So I was excited to see her. And of course, like you said, Lisa Rinna is an icon. And Dorinda. I'm a Dorinda fan, so seeing Dorinda back, I was excited for. I was excited about Portia, but she was annoying this last season of Atlanta.
Yeah, and no thanks.
I knew she probably wouldn't be a good game player. I was like, is she going to be Sheree 2.0? You know, or Robin 2.0? They always have someone like that who are like a housewife that is clueless.
Yeah. And to the point about Traitors picking housewives that are put on pause, so I think it's because, right, they film in May, I think, for Traitors. And, right, like, Potomac is filming in May. And Beverly Hills is filming in May. So they can't choose people who are actually on the cast because they're actually filming their seasons during that time. So that's why they usually go with people who are no longer housewives, which is a shame because they're put on pause for a reason, right? Like, I was happy to see Lisa Rinna. Part of me was like, yay, Dorinda, but Dorinda didn't really do anything this season.
She didn't do anything this season. I think because she got out so early last season, she tried to keep it cool.
Yeah, and I think she reined it in. And
crazy Dorinda. Yeah, we didn't have crazy Dorinda.
So yeah, this cast was not working for me. I was like, I'm not as excited about this season.
And even like, there were some randos.
Lots of randos.
Who Eric Nam is. Do you know who Eric Nam is?
I'd never heard of Eric Nam. Never. And right, Stephen Colletti. He was on One Tree Hill literally like 15 years ago.
And he's on Laguna Beach. That's where a lot of people know him from. And that was the Before the Hills people.
Yes, I'm like, this was so long. He was popular over 20 years ago. So it just felt like a very bizarre choice. And
it
like,
was weird.
I
liked him, but it was weird.
He also he was like the Peter Weber kind of vibe. I know who Ron Funches is. Like, he's, just a comedian who's on like Match Game and all those shows. Like, I know who he is. But I feel like I'm a Black person who likes comedy, so I think most people probably don't know who Ron Funches is.
Yeah.
And also, the worst pick of all, Colton Underwood. Why did they cast Colton Underwood? I still don't understand. He is problematic. He doesn't have a good personality. He's annoying. I'm like,
that was a bad.
Why are we giving this man more screen time? And so we've talked about this. Colton literally had a restraining order against him. He stalked Cassie, his final pick. He like violated the restraining order. Like, Colton is not a good person. And it was even more evident this season. Colton
in the reunion,
off terrible
like,
person.
I don't want to be defined by my past. I was like, give me a break. That was
Get
a long
out of
time
here.
ago. It's okay. But you said the worst was Colton, worse than Michael Rapapport.
My thing is that Michael Rapapport coming into the season, he's a chaotic personality, but he's not known for being like a bad person. Whereas Colton is famously not a good person and has done problematic things. Whereas Michael Rapapport, he's like, I'm a trash talker. He's just he's a messy queen. And I think that is different than Colton like stalking people. So I didn't have a problem with Michael Rapapport. If anything, I was somewhat excited because
he brought the drama.
Yes, and he's known for being on Watch What Happens Live, loving the Housewives, being funny, and being very passionate about the Bravoverse. So I was intrigued by Michael Rapapport, but he is very pro-Israel. So that is another thing people were talking about. Like, he helped organize and facilitate fundraisers to support the Israeli government. So that was another thing that people had been talking about. Like, why is Michael Rapapport on this season besides his personality? Yeah. So Colton was like the person I was least excited about. I'm just like, why are we casting him? Why are we giving this man a platform?
I don't want to see more of him, to be honest. Been there, done that.
No.
I also think, yes, I like Natalie, but I didn't know the other Survivor people they picked, and I also didn't know any of the Big Brother people they picked. It felt like the gamers they picked were kind of obscure. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes,
it felt like they didn't have big personality. I'm like, who are these gamers?
No, I also did not know any of the other Survivor people. No. Natalie was the only really popular person, and she has a big personality, and she's like so fun. Like, remember her on The Amazing Race, the 20s?
Yeah,
and like
I am tough such a Natalie to go fan. From like Boston Rob and Sandra to like just Natalie. And like, like, I don't know, like they've had like Cerie's been on here. Like, they've had very big, iconic Survivor people. So it felt like it was a step down this season. Yes. Like Parvati, like, oh my gosh. And even like,
where
as
was
much
the
as
quality?
Like Dan was an awful traitor from Big Brother, and so was Danielle. They brought so much
Danielle's
controversy
iconic.
And drama, like it felt like, yes, the Big Brother people this season were voted out early, but they also like gave us nothing,
This is true. I think the casting was a miss this season.
Oh my
gosh, the casting was a miss.
Kristen Kish, I'm sorry.
Oh,
she's a great host, but Kristen gave us nothing. And I know she's kind of a fan favorite, but come on.
Fan favorite? Who is?
People are really supporting Kristen. They're like, she was one of the better faithfuls. And I'm like, I
mean, she was not stupid compared to everyone else. But I was also going to say that apparently the newest season of Top Chef like just premiered. So clearly like
it's strategic.
Right. NBC is pushing the NBCU stars,
which is
and I think
smart.
this season it was more down.
It was
our
like
throats
too
than
much.
usual. It was a
Yeah.
bit too much.
It was like
'Cause,
too much
like,
promotion.
Yeah, because obviously, you know, I like Kristen Kish as the Top Chef host, but she's not a good Traitors contestant. Like, she's just
No.
not interesting. And like Mark Ballas, where's the personality? Like, we
Gave
need
us
more
nothing.
interesting characters. Whereas Johnny and Tara, were they bad faithfuls? But they brought something to the show.
100%. You can
Right?
at least say they were Delulu together. Like,
And
they
they were
were
entertaining.
bad at the game together.
Yes.
They were like shooting themselves in the feet together. Like, yeah, they did. They definitely gave something to the show. I agree with that. We haven't talked about Donna Kelsey. How do you feel about her being cast?
Again, I was like, why? Why are we casting her? Again, they thought it was going to be a gag. Oh, Donna Mama Kelsey's here. Flop. She was a flop. I could have told you from a mile away that Donna, I did tell y'all. I remember when they came out, I posted TikTok when the cast was announced. I was like, this cast is a flop. And I was right. And I'm like, Donna Kelsey doesn't have personality. I think she was just there to be a gag. And the producers thought that she was going to bring a lot to the season because they made her the secret traitor. Because they thought she was going to be a star, but she was bad. She flopped. And that twist was a flop because Donna Kelsey was giving nothing. Who's surprised? Not me.
So bad.
Not me.
So
bad,
what
did you think of the traitors that they picked? Right? They picked Donna as a secret traitor. They picked Rob Rausch from Love Island. And they picked 2 housewives, Lisa Rinna and Candiace. This was a very unorthodox traitors group.
Their first time picking no gamers.
Yes.
Which I thought actually was a good choice in the sense, like, let's switch it up. There's always been like gamers in the turret. Let's see what it's like without. Like, I thought that was interesting to me. But I think it was a mistake to have 2 housewives.
Yes.
Like, because Rob was like, yeah, I thought they would gang up on me. And it's like, ugh, like, I didn't trust Rob at all. But I do think having 2 housewives in there was not the best. Especially, like, I think it would have been better. Like, I think choosing someone unassuming like Rob was genius. I think choosing maybe like a Kristen Kish would have been interesting because no one would have like assumed her. Like, I think if you wanted to go all in on non-gamers, don't do 2 housewives as much as I like having the housewives.
Yeah.
I also think I love Lisa Rinna, but she was not the best traitor, you know? No. She wasn't. And I'm a big fan, but I'm glad she was a traitor because, you know, she brought good energy. Yeah. But it's like she probably wasn't the best pick, if I'm being honest.
No. And I think they thought Candiace was going to be like Phaedra. Wrong. If you have watched any Housewives, you know Candiace is not
compared to Phaedra.
No, Candiace is not like Phaedra. So and
she made like one bad mistake, but I think Candiace could have been a good traitor if she didn't like. I think she took the Lisa thing personally, and I would too. She's a housewife. She's a fellow traitor. You know.
Yeah. I think Candiace could have won if Rob wasn't a traitor. I think Rob was a snake the whole time, and 100%. He was going to turn on the housewives no matter what. And I just think and everyone just ate up Rob, right? She said everyone wants to drink Rob's bathwater because he's a tall, hot white man. And it's just like there's not black woman versus hot, attractive white man. She's never going to win. She's never going to win. And I think that was the problem, right? Racism was the problem.
This season
she can't compete with him.
A microcosm of what's happening in our world right now. Yeah. And so that's why I think, I know you struggled to finish the season. I did. Like, we'll get into that piece, but it definitely, this season showed a lot of socio dynamics that
this season reminded me of Survivor and why I have stopped watching Survivor for many years. Because it felt way too close to home. Everyone trusting the white man, everyone demonizing black people, the black woman. Like, the amount of times black people were just targeted this season. They're like, Portia. Of course Ron did that. But everyone was like, Ron. Ron's obviously a traitor. Ron is this, Ron is that.
Tiffany. Laura. That was so bad.
And then everyone just ignoring all the signs Candiace has done. It's giving, we don't believe black women, we don't take black women seriously. It's like she wrote 100%. Rob's name down twice. Why would we think that's a coincidence? Because she's black and we don't believe her? It's just, this season was excruciating. It was a really hard watch, and
we should start at the beginning.
It's giving white supremacy. That's what it's
with
giving.
The Portia dumping.
Yes.
Or not dumping. The Portia vote out.
A new
Too much Love
bombshell
Island
entered the
on the
villa. Yeah, what did you? I mean, I was not mad at this Portia dumping because she was like, "We killed Rob, whoever was killed first, like
Ian, one of them. Yeah.
Ian." I mean, in the beginning, there was only so much you can go off of. Like, if she said that,
did it to
I'd be
herself.
like, yeah, it's like, send her home.
The issue was Portia had a lot of allies in there. But Ron actually had good evidence. He was just wrong. But Portia was just kind of stupid. I knew Portia wasn't going to be good at the game. Like, it was really bad. She put her foot in her mouth multiple times. And Candiace was trying to be like, that's just Portia. But it's like, this is a game. You have to take every sign. But that was the beginning of the end for Ron. It didn't help that it was like him and Donna who heard Portia say it, and them together were leading the charge.
I can't.
Not good.
I know.
Not good.
And
that also was when Lisa made her first mistake voting for Portia.
I know.
Lisa.
I know Lisa. I'm like, why would Lisa do that?
Lisa.
That was not a good look. Yeah. And what did you think of, I'm curious, this was also a contention. Michael Rapapport voted for Portia. And they got into some heated words at the reunion. What did you think of Michael in this house, in the castle?
I thought he was a chaotic evil, like an agent of chaos.
Yes.
I thought what's tough is like once he left, the show got a little boring. So what's interesting is like as much as he was so loud, like I could barely handle his voice after a little bit.
Annoying.
He was just screaming. Like when he put this during the challenge, when he put the steak in the body and was like, Tara, 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 like he wouldn't stop.
I was like, mind.
Oh my gosh, Michael. When he was eating the plate of spaghetti, like
disgusting.
Oh my gosh, like everything he did made you want to like get him out of here.
Yes.
But he was entertaining. He was good for the show. Like, what can I say? He was good for the show.
Entertaining. But again, like he was hard to watch. Like it wasn't fun. He made the show like uncomfortable. I feel like he and Colton were doing the same thing for me. They're making the show like uncomfortable and hard to watch.
100%.
Yeah.
And Michael was just because he was annoying and like gross. Yeah. Whereas Colton, he was perpetuating some of like what you said at the beginning about Rob, but like I think Colton was giving white savior. He was given I'm on my high horse, I know everything, ultra confident, and people would believe him over and over again, even though he was wrong.
I know.
I will say, Michael Rapapport called him out. He was like, maybe you should be a little humble. You are so confident Tiffany was a traitor and she went home. And he's like, no, I'm just going to be just as gun-ho. And it's like...
I'm like, you're insane.
I was like, that's kind of a big ick for me.
It's giving white audacity. Literally. This is how so many, of these straight white... I mean, Colton is not straight anymore. But, this is how a lot of these white men think. Especially, like... attractive, tall, right? White men who played sports.
He was a football player.
Like they have been told their whole lives that I am the best thing in the entire universe, and I am deserving of every single thing. So they just like act like, yeah, of course I'm going to be just as confident and wrong. I'm going to be loud and wrong because I'm a white man and I can do that.
Laura, honestly, that was honestly the hardest thing for me. I was like, I can't.
Rob thinks. Rob is like, yeah, of course everyone trusts me. Of course Maura's going to do exactly what I tell her to do because I'm Rob.
She did.
and that's the thing.
And they're right
90% of the time.
Them right. Literally, the only reason Colton went home is because Candiace voted like Rob let Candiace dump him.
I know, and it worked perfectly in Rob's favor. It's just like, yeah, exactly. This show just proved that these white men can literally do whatever they want.
Literally. We talked about with Love is Blind, our part 1 review, how it felt like Trump's Love is Blind. This was honestly Trump's Traitors.
Like I know Rob, Alabama man, comes out on top.
Literally, white men just being believed, POCs going out first, not being trusted. I'm like, I can't.
I know, terrible. I know this season was like truly unbearable. It was so tough. I know. And what did you think of Rob and Colton's low relationship?
Well, it's interesting because I had seen Love Island USA season 6, so I started up parallels, and I'm like, oh, Rob's known for being friends with problematic white men because he was friends with Aaron. Remember that?
Yeah. Aaron and Kayla.
Aaron and Kayla. And apparently they still hang out and travel together. I'm like, of course
Bizarre.
They do. Of course they do.
I've never been a Rob fan. Were you a Rob fan on Love Island?
Some people hated him. I was like, I don't hate him. Like, I didn't have a strong reaction, but he was not, like, I was annoyed he kept being saved. And basically, Love Island USA season 6, if you guys didn't see that,
we have a review, listen to it.
Yeah, we have. He was in like 6 couples. He kept being saved. He almost made the finale. I'm like, how is he still here? He's like cockroach.
It's literally, it's like Traitors and Love Island. Like, you can't get rid of him.
No.
He has this power over people. It's bizarre.
And I didn't love, and I think he knows he did this in Traitors too, on Love Island USA season 6. He knew how to use his looks and emotions to prey on women.
Yes.
Like, he would cry.
He's so manipulative. Yeah.
He would be so upset. Like, when Andrea was dumped, he was like, I'm leaving.
You lost me tonight.
When Leah would yell at him, he would go in the pool and
start crying. He's like, Leah yelled at me.
Like, one of those guys who knows, like, women love when you're emotional.
Yeah. And he's manipulative.
Yes, he knows what he's doing. And I saw that in season 6, which is why, honestly, picking him for Traitors was genius. Like,
yeah.
He is so good at lying and manipulating and using what he knows his privilege.
He knows he's hot. He knows he has privilege.
He knows he's from the South and people think he's dumb. Like, he knows how to use what everyone assumes about him against them.
Yeah.
And that is honestly the scariest thing to me. Like, someone like Rob, who is very emotionally intelligent, very smart. He was correcting the use of words by Michael Rapapport because they were incorrect. He was like, that's not what that means. Like, this is a smart guy. A smart white man who's hot and knows that people underestimate him.
Danger.
Love Island and is from the South. Red alert. Alarm. Alarm. He's like the scariest kind of man, in my opinion, because he knows how to use what he has against you. And you fall for it every time. This whole season. Everyone was like, it can't be
Rob.
Rob.
He's just so nice.
Rob.
He's so hot.
I could eat Rob.
It can't be him.
No way. Rob?
Catch me, Rob.
Literally,
it can't be Rob. He's so hot. He's
and this is what he did. He would carry Maura in challenges. He would literally, he knew what he was doing. Rob. And that's why,
toxic.
Like, it's tough to see. But if y'all let him get away with it, he's going to keep doing it. You know?
I know.
Like, if I'm
works.
Rob, why not? Let me just keep acting this way because no one's going to challenge me.
Keep being toxic.
Keep being toxic. I get away with it. It's like, I feel like, what was that show where we saw, I forgot what it was, and like, I think it was maybe Love Island UK last year when Harry was like, yeah, I can keep getting away with stuff with Helena. It's fine.
I know. He literally said that.
If you let these men get away with it and no repercussions, they'll keep doing it.
They're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it.
So that's my soapbox on Rob. Oh my gosh. What was the question? It was like, how do I feel about Rob and Colton's relationship?
Because I think because Colton was Rob, right? Before, Colton cosplayed as a straight dude, athlete, football player, hot, tall. Like, he got away with everything.
Colton's from Texas.
Yeah. And like, he got away with being straight for the majority of his life.
Was a whole bachelor.
He was the bachelor.
Having women fight over him.
Gay. Like, so Colton was Rob, right? So I think Colton feels comfortable around other, toxic men who can get away with their good looks, right? So
it rubbed, I think, a lot of people the wrong way that Rob was able to get along and trust the men more and not the women. And I was like, of course.
I mean, okay, so we're jumping ahead, but yeah, Rob clearly doesn't take women seriously. We talked about this during the season. We're like, Rob doesn't take women seriously. Rob only trusts men because he was like, oh, the 2 housewives. I'm not like, I don't care about them. He literally was like, I'm going to turn on them, right? He doesn't take the housewives seriously. And towards the end, when he was the last traitor standing, had to recruit someone, we were like, why doesn't he just pick Maura, right? He trusts Maura. He can easily manipulate her. But we're like, Rob doesn't think Maura is smart enough or capable enough to be a traitor. He doesn't want to work with Maura. He just wants to use Maura because Rob
he didn't want to win with Maura.
Women.
No.
Yes,
he wanted to win with Eric.
Uses women, right? He doesn't want to work with them. He doesn't want to trust them and work. See, he doesn't see women as equals. I think it's like very clear watching Love Island USA season 6 and the Traitors that Rob doesn't take women seriously.
Again,
he wants to work with
Trump's
men.
Traitors. It's brutal.
I'm like, this is who's surprised? This is a through line for both of the seasons we watched with Rob. And it worked.
He'll use you and then buy you a Birkin to make you feel better. You hear about this? He bought more.
Of course
Birkin.
I did. And it's just like so condescending. I'm just like, oh, it's okay. I used you.
Thank you. Or
thank you.
How did she say it?
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Rob. I got my Birkin, Rob. And I'm just like, Maura, you look like a clown. Maura, you
can't with Maura. I can't with her. She's so funny.
Maura, you look like a clown. And I'm just like,
so funny.
You think you can just appease women by buying them Birkin bag? Like, chop.
Apparently, with Maura, he can.
Because Maura was like, guys, I'm so dumb. And I'm like, well.
Maura. She was. Everyone, literally, before, we're jumping all over the place, but before, like, Johnny and, before Johnny and Tara were voted out, they were like, I think it's Rob and Eric. She was like, what? Literally, everyone, even Natalie, when she was alive at breakfast, she was like, why am I still alive? There's probably someone in the turret looking out for me. Maura didn't once think, maybe I have a guardian angel.
And Maura also was like, how am I still here?
I should be dead. Why am I still here?
I should be dead. Why am I still here?
Maura.
And she was like, this is crazy. I can't still be here. And I honestly was like, oh, she's going to be like, well, Rob is my best friend.
Every time she would say that, I thought she would.
I was like, oh, maybe the wheels are turning in her brain. No, they weren't.
They weren't. Poor Maura.
I'm like, you were asking this question, but are you not thinking about the answer?
She wasn't, Laura. She wasn't.
Because I'm like, your closest friend and ally is Rob. So clearly he's protecting you. Like,
it was crazy how she couldn't put two and two together. Because she's thinking about
the question. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, it's not clocking to you, Maura.
That I'm standing on business. Wasn't.
I'm just like, oh my gosh. Lisa is our first traitor eliminated. Banished. Yes. What did you think of Colton's reasoning? He's like, well, Lisa voted for Portia, and also the Lisa Rinna heard is so over the top and like all this stuff, and that's just not her. I didn't even think he had good reasoning to think Lisa. It didn't make any sense to me.
He didn't. It's just everyone believed everything he said.
I just think he had a lot of clout. At straws.
Yeah, he had a lot of clout in the house. And here's the thing. I do think Lisa, hindsight, shouldn't have voted for Portia because, no other housewife did. So that did seem weird.
Yes.
Like, no other housewife voted for her. So I think that I could see why people could think that's suspicious. She just wanted to vote with the group to maybe look like a faithful. When it's like, girl, you should have just voted not against your housewife for loyalty purposes. Like that, I could see why. The not acting like a housewife, I don't believe, because Dorinda didn't even act that much personality.
I know, that's why I was like, it's giving anti-woman. I'm like, like, what is this reasoning? It didn't make sense.
I think that didn't add up because it's like some of the other housewives are acting crazy. Like it just that part I didn't understand. I was like,
Lisa Rinna's supposed to be such an icon, and she's acting so small and quiet, and I'm like, it's not adding up to me.
And Colton unless Underwood. We didn't see something where Candiace was super boisterous or like Caroline was doing jumping, but like we didn't see the other housewives do that much.
No.
Like, and my thing is like, there's Robins, there's Sheree's, like not every housewife is super loud and so it felt, to your point, grasping at straws, not the strongest argument, but it didn't matter because he had a lot of support. Again, trusting the confident white man. But what was tough for me is Rob led the charge. So this is my biggest issue with Rob.
Yes,
I think
I agree.
Rob did play a good game by like having a lot of support in the castle and leaning on that, right? As much as Maura was stupid, he knew that and like was able to like drag her around,
He took advantage of that.
He took advantage of having all these stupid faithfuls around him, which I think was smart.
Yes.
But I think he snaked his fellow traitors too soon.
Absolutely.
And everyone's like, oh, well, Lisa was a sinking ship. Sure. But I think it's different to be leading the charge to take out a traitor versus letting Colton do it and be like, hey, bud, I guess, you're right. Like, maybe we should. Like, he was the one being like, we got to get out Lisa tonight. That's crazy. You did not have to lead the charge so much against your fellow traitor.
Yes.
Like, yes, her name was being thrown out. You didn't have to defend her like Candiace did, sure, because that wouldn't have been good for your game. But you didn't have to stir the pot and dig her grave. And that's what you did.
No, absolutely. And that's what Candiace and Lisa said. They were like, you were orchestrating this vote against us, right? And I agree. In the past seasons, we haven't seen that. right?
No.
If the majority vote is going towards a traitor, the
It's like, okay,
traitors
I'll just vote
will
Dan.
also vote the
Yes.
traitor out. But a roundtable before Lisa went home, Rob voted for Lisa when she was not in the majority.
Mhm.
And he also was trying to get people to vote against her. And again, it's like what we were saying. Rob never wanted to work with Housewives. And this is
No.
what Candiace was saying. She was like, you never intended to work with us.
Mm-mm.
You were always going to turn on us.
Me,
And,
myself,
like,
and
that's
I
not the point
of this show.
That's not the point of the show. The point is to work with the traitors. And he was not
He
trying
had
to
his
work
own
with them.
agenda.
He had his own agenda.
And that's why it's interesting.
know?
It's like, would it have been different if Steven was in the turret with him? Or
yes.
Eric? Like, I do think it would have been interesting from the beginning if there was another guy there.
Yeah, because he only takes men seriously.
Yeah, I do think he might have been more willing to work
Yes.
with the guy.
Yeah.
I also think it was funny how Lisa went out when they had that dinner party and she had to
I can't.
She had to wear the like brooch or whatever, and someone had to like touch it. But everyone was trying to figure out, how is someone gonna die? Jam's the one that dies, and he's like, it was Lisa. It was Lisa. She kissed me. So dramatic.
That was honestly one
hilarious.
of my favorite moments of the season. The season was pretty bad, but that was funny. He was
so
like,
funny.
It was
That
Lisa,
dinner party,
she kissed me.
those outfits. Colton looked crazy. Looked like he had taken over Party
disturbing.
City. I was
and
like,
Rob was wearing like a corset. I was like, get this man off my screen. I can't look at Rob. I can't.
So funny.
Oh my gosh, he looked insane. And
So
his
funny.
overalls, I feel like people who didn't watch Love Island are like, oh my gosh, Rob in his overalls. I'm like, can y'all stop thirsting over this man? I'm over him. I'm over
so
Rob
funny.
and his overalls. Get out of here. And
I thought Rob was like fun, but then as it became like, oh, this is like anti-woman, I got off the ship. But in the beginning, I was like, yeah, it's fun to have him back, like showing people like Love Island's, better than you think kind of thing. Like the Love Islander in me was like, yeah, I represent. But then I started to be like, oh, yeah, I don't like where this is going.
Yeah.
The second he turned on Lisa, I was like, oof.
Yeah, I never liked Rob on Love Island season 6. So I was not excited to see him back, and then seeing how he was moving immediately, I was like, why did they bring him back? It's an interesting cast choice.
It was really smart.
It was an interesting cast choice.
I think that was the best casting choice to me, honestly.
And picking him as a traitor, I remember when they picked him, I was like, Rob feels
really
random.
Smart.
I was really like, smart. Why would they choose him? He doesn't seem like he would be a good traitor. So I commend them for choosing him because he was a good traitor, and I would have never thought he would be a good traitor. But do I think he was good for the show? I don't think Rob was good for the show. I think he was a good traitor, but I don't think this was like a fun season to watch. And I would have rather seen other people as traitors and it'd be like fun and interesting. I think this was like, this season was not nearly as fun and cute and hilarious as the seasons in the past.
And I don't think that's all on Rob. I think it's the broader cast, because if there were better faithfuls around him that were like more interesting or better at the game, it wouldn't have felt like, oh, this is inevitable, Rob's gonna win because these faithfuls are idiots, like I think if there was a bit better group of traitors as well as faithfuls, it would have been a better season. I will say, I feel like we have to talk about that moment at the round table before Rapapport was voted out, the comment he made to Colton.
Yeah, he was like, you're good at hiding things about yourself. I was like, oh, you're good at keeping things hidden. I was like, oh my God. It's interesting because I watch What Happens Live. Yeah. And Michael Rapapport was on it. And he was like, I wasn't trying to like make a dig about Colton being in the closet. Yeah. I was just talking trash. And Andy was like, but then what did you mean by it? Yeah. He was like, I was just talking, Andy. I was just talking. And I was like, so I do think Michael Rapapport was being shady. I do think he
read Colton for filth.
Yes. He read Colton down. But do I think he was being homophobic? No. I just think he was made a shady, messy comment. Like, that's something a housewife would say. Yeah. So I think he thought
he was on a different show.
Yes. He thought he was gonna, like, read him, be messy, like, got you. But they clearly... Colton has a fragile ego and could not...
He could not handle
take the read. And I think also people in that room... It was a sensitive group,
yes,
right?
It was a very, like, queer room.
Yes.
And...
Yes.
ally friend, like it was like a queer and ally room, and everyone took it to heart. So that was the nail in the coffin for Michael.
Do I think Michael Rapapport is homophobic, and do I think the comment was homophobic? No. I'm not in that community, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I just thought he was trying to like be shady and messy, and it just came off wrong. Yeah.
It like was so shady. I like gasped.
I was like, ooh.
It was like when Phaedra said to Dan
I do
or
too
whatever,
much because you do too
"You
little.
too little." Literally, that's what it felt like. I was like, oh. So I honestly, I feel bad that Colton and a lot of people in the room took it a certain way.
Yeah, took it that way.
As a fan, I was like, oh,
get
that popcorn. Like, I was like, as a fan, I was like, we kind of needed that. Like,
I know. Somebody's bringing something to the show.
Yeah, literally.
I know. So I wasn't mad at the comment, but obviously if it offended people in the room, good. Our messy king, our messy queen, Michael Rapapport, was banished that evening. And Colton stayed. Someone who outstayed his welcome. My goodness.
100%. And I was, And speaking of Colton, he finally got voted out. I mean, or got killed, but that was the beginning of Candiace's demise. Brutal. Literally, Lisa and Candiace went back-to-back roundtables, which is really wild.
I know, that was pretty crazy.
Like, has that ever happened?
I think it was, they were like, first time, back-to-back.
And it's all because of Rob.
I know, because Rob getting annoyed. Doesn't like women.
Like, if you think about it, no one, like, Colton had just mentioned Candiace's name to, like, Rob, maybe. Not many people.
Yeah.
He didn't tell Candiace that. He let Colton die.
Yes.
And then he went around saying, yeah, you know, last night Colton told me Candiace. And I was just like, you basically set Candiace up. And again, like, you don't have to come for your fellow traitors like that.
Yeah.
You clearly didn't want to work with Candiace.
He was playing a solo game. And that was a new strategy that we hadn't seen.
We hadn't seen that.
Because
he could afford to do that because he had the house in his pocket.
Yes. He played a game where he chose to work with the faithfuls instead of working with his fellow traitors.
Literally. Like, he was like, I can't, turn on Colton. That's my guy. He was like, I can't vote for Ron Funches. That's my guy. I'm like, are you playing traitors or what?
He's playing his own game with the men he respects. That's it. And what did you think of Candiace's banishing? And so, okay, at Lisa's banishing, she wrote down Rob's name. And she was like, this is just a throwaway vote. And then when Candiace was banished, at her banishing, she wrote down Rob's name again. What did you think of this strategy from her?
I didn't think it was bad, but a lot of people, and I guess including in the villa, oh my gosh, the castle, I'm sorry.
Dumping
Love Island villa. Yikes.
Yeah.
It's because Rob and Maura made it to the end, so that's probably why. But I personally wasn't impressed, or it didn't seem weird to me, but everyone in the castle was like, why would Candiace do that? And it just felt like everyone was so obsessed with Rob. The fact that she voted for him, they didn't like it. That's what it felt like. Because I was like, why is it so weird to have a throwaway vote? Is it because you guys are obsessed with Rob? Like, it felt a little crazy to me why everyone thought, oh my gosh, Candiace must be a traitor because she voted for Rob.
Yeah, it's like we were talking about. This season's giving anti-Black. It's giving anti-woman because no one took what Candiace did seriously. They're all like, wow, Candiace must be an insane person because she voted Rob out. That doesn't make any sense because Rob is clearly, obviously, a faithful. And it's like every time a traitor votes for someone on their way out, they're always a traitor.
Every time.
And instead of trusting a Black woman, they chose to believe she's insane and trust the white man because he's hot. And I was just like, wow, they really hate Black women. They really do. They really do. Like, it was just like, so I'm not even a Candiace fan. And I was rooting for Candiace because this entire season was just giving toxic masculinity.
Laura, it's brutal.
Terrible. And right, everyone's like, oh, Kristen's so smart. Kristen's such a good faithful. And I'm like, but were you? Because
she was the one who was like, oh, it could not be Rob.
It can't be Rob. Why would Candiace do a throwaway vote? Rob is too sweet and hunky. She said something like that. I was like, girl, why are you obsessed with this man? And I'm like, aren't you lesbian?
All of the white people and
obsessed with Rob.
Non-underrepresented minorities were Team Rob.
I know. It's like so bizarre. I'm just like,
Like the fact that Kristen and Eric were also Team Rob. I'm like, yikes.
I'm like, wake up. I'm like, are y'all in the sunken place? Because
Natalie for a lot of time, Team Rob. Like literally, it was like,
and she was the only one who started to wake up towards the end,
Yeah.
being like, "Oh, I think Rob. It's probably him."
Mhm.
And of course, because she's a woman of color, no one believed her.
You either were
yeah.
voted out early, like Monet or Tiffany, or no one believed you, like Candiace and Natalie. I was like, please.
And what did you think? This was so brutal of Tara turning on Natalie at the round table. This actually made no sense. Natalie was like, Tara, I think it's Rob. We should vote Rob.
No,
And then
Tara said that to Natalie.
Yes. And Natalie's like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we should focus on Rob tonight. And then at the round table, Tara's like, oh, well, I don't know. It could be Rob. I don't want to be wrong.
Like, it's tough because, last night I was so gung-ho on Steven and it wasn't Steven. And they literally left Natalie out to dry. And this was the most epitome of white woman tears, Karen behavior, because you gave an idea to a person of color. You then let that person of color be a martyr and bring that idea for you. You then did not back up the person of color as they were saying that idea, and then got upset when they came at you for not supporting them. And you started to cry and then voted her out when you knew she wasn't a traitor. I was like, I have never seen such crazy behavior in my life.
Oh my god.
And before that, I was like, yeah, Tara and Johnny are fine. And after that, I was like, done with you guys.
I know. Tara was such a mess.
Awful. And you knew she wasn't a traitor. You're the one that gave her an idea and you left her out to dry. Again, a microcosm of what it's like to be a person of color trusting white people. It was crazy.
Terrible.
So
I know.
bad.
And that roundtable was a turning point because they could have had the numbers, right? If they voted for Rob. And so at that moment, I was like, Johnny and Tara, y'all are idiots. And then the next roundtable, right? If Maura went with Tara and Johnny, right? They also could have had the numbers, but Maura is stupid and she's obsessed with Rob. And it was so funny. She was like, oh, if Rob, right? Remember Natalie was trying to be like, Maura, we think it's Rob. And she was like, oh, if I'm standing up there with Rob, my mouth would be on the floor. And I'm like, girl, you played yourself. It's like the foreshadowing. And also, if I were Eric, this is what I'm saying. Like, no one is playing this game correctly.
No, they weren't thinking.
If I were Eric, I would have turned on Rob because no one was suspecting Eric. At that last round table, you know that Rob is going to protect Maura. Eric is stupid for thinking that Rob was going to protect him.
And they bring this up in the reunion. Like, why didn't he think Rob was going to turn on him? Because he turned on Candiace and Lisa. Like, again, they weren't thinking it. Because if you actually thought about it, Rob was vocal against the traitors. And you now know he's a traitor. So why wouldn't you put two and two together? Oh, why would he be on my side?
Eric, if you really wanted that shmoney, like you would have gone to Tara and Johnny and been like,
100%.
Okay, what are you guys thinking? And then just be like, I want to hear you out. And then if they're like, oh, we don't know, just be like, hey, I think we should vote Rob. Because they don't have the numbers. Tara and Johnny don't have the numbers. Like, if I'm Eric, you're vote out Rob. That could, like, these people are so stupid. Oh my gosh.
And then you and, like, Maura's outnumbered. You could be like, well, maybe it's Maura too. Vote out Maura too. And then it's you and Tara and Johnny.
Like, oh, Rob
and you win the money.
Maura.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Rob recruited Maura. It's just like, I mean, like, are y'all not thinking, is Rob really that hot? Like, I just don't it doesn't make sense.
He had a spell on all of them.
It's honestly disturbing. I'm like, is this man giving you potions? Like, what is he doing to you that you guys trust everything he says?
This is what I was telling people.
It makes literally no sense.
It was the young, hot, white man effect. And on top of that, he was Southern, sweet, and quiet. Like, all of those things led people to eat him up. Even Lisa. Everyone was like, oh, Rob. Like, everyone thought he was just so cute and sweet.
Rob. I'm like, Rob doesn't have a personality.
Before that final roundtable, Rob was like, yeah, so he literally tells Maura, so yeah, after tonight, we're going to vote out Johnny and Tara. And she just sat there.
Literally, I hated that moment so much. I was watching my TV screen. I'm like, Maura, stand up, Maura. You're just going to let Rob tell you what to do?
The show, Laura.
I'm like, don't you have any backbone? Like, what? Like, I literally was like, Maura, think for yourself. This man is just telling you
the show.
everything to do. You don't question this at all.
Girl.
That moment, I was like, I'm sick of Maura. I'm done with her. I'm done with her. Because literally, she just sat there. And he was like, so this was going to happen. Do. Like, not a conversation. He just told her what to do. And she was just his little puppet. And it felt so misogynistic and, like, gross. I was like, Rob doesn't even see Maura as a person. He, like, sees her as an object.
The final challenge in the helicopter together. And he's like, she's like, yeah, I'm cold or something. He's like, yeah, we can heat up a lot or something. Like, everything he said to her was flirty and just preying on what she needed. And he used her like
men are so
fiddle.
manipulative. I know, watching Rob move around I almost said the villa, the castle. It just made me trust men even less.
Girl. And I will say, by the end, like, I remember, I think I told you, like, when it was just like Kristen and Mark and the ice skaters and Rob and Maura and Eric, I was like, I don't want anyone to win. Like, I honestly
donate the money to charity.
I didn't
please.
want faithfuls. I didn't want traitors. Like, I literally was like, I don't care who wins. I don't want anyone to win. And then by the end, I was like, at least we get to see Maura's dumb face when Rob says his winner. I was like, honestly, that's probably the best thing that could have happened. Made it worth it. I like recorded my reaction. It was hilarious watching. Rob
Maura
was like,
is such a fool.
Maura, I have, and I am, and I always have been a traitor. And her mouth dropped to the floor. It did. And she was shocked. I thought it was hilarious. And it just shows he played her like a fiddle.
Like, if you just opened your eyes a little bit and had some critical thinking skills,
you wouldn't be in this position.
You would not, because she was like, why am I still here? Why am I still here?
That's what's so funny. She was saying all these things.
That's what I'm saying. She was saying this stuff, but it was not clicking in her brain. Like,
I was like,
oh my gosh.
It's like she knew, but couldn't. She like knew, but couldn't do it. And I was like, this is brutal, girl. You were so close.
I know. It's just like, my thing is, they all had a chance to turn on Rob, right?
They all did.
Eric had a chance. If Eric wasn't stupid, he would have gone with Tara and Johnny. That's what he should have done. Girl. If Tara and Johnny weren't stupid, they would have gone with Natalie. I'm like, they had so many chances over and over and over again. I'm just like, I keep on saying this about shows, but I'm like, if this is how Traitor is going to be every season, I might have to give up. I remember I said this to you halfway through. I was like, Shelby, I might have to stop watching this season.
You have to keep watching. You weren't going
because this season is like toxic, unbearable, misogynistic. You weren't
going to watch.
Anti-black, pro-white. It's like, I can't watch this. And it was an excruciating viewing experience.
No, it was brutal because you weren't going to watch. And I understand. Like, honestly, I understand.
It's terrible.
It was a toughie. It was really tough to watch.
Yes. So
and I also had my moments where I was like, yeah, I don't know how I can watch this. Like,
right. And we saw season 1 of Traitor still the best season.
Oh my gosh.
We saw Suri, right? So we've had 4 seasons. Suri and Rob are the only traitors to win. And the other 2 seasons were faithfuls. And there's a way for a traitor to win with grace and elegance and class and not be a toxic, manipulative person. I'm like, we saw that with Suri. Suri played
iconic.
Chef's Kiss, the perfect game, right? She obviously had to lie.
I know. At the end, they were devastated.
I know. The normal people were so sad. But she didn't
it was so good.
But she played a perfect game, and everyone's like, Rob's the best traitor of all time. And I'm like, okay, put some respect on Suri's name.
I honestly am like, oh, so you guys forgot. I'm like, oh, okay, you guys just forgot. Got it. You forgot.
Or you just don't respect life. Like most people. So
well, probably both. Yeah. You're right.
Probably the second one.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Brutal. It's just like people just are obsessed with Rob. They want to drink his bathwater. Yeah. It's disturbing. And it's like, no, Suri played the perfect game. Rob played a cutthroat and manipulative game. Which, right? People are like, it's the traitors. He's supposed to lie and be a bad person. And like, sure. He played one way to win. And it was successful, right? He did not want to work with the traitors. He only worked with men and manipulated women. And it worked for him. It worked for him.
It did.
So I commend him for his strategy, and he did what it took to win, and it worked, right? And he played the game. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. I really dislike this season. This honestly might be my least favorite season. I think it is my least favorite season. Because at least season 2 was iconic. Phaedra ate the girls up.
That's
I loved Phaedra. Only the last couple episodes were bad. And at least season 3 had moments with like Boston Rob and like Chriselle turning on Nikki.
Girl.
And like Bob the drag queen, we had moments with like Danielle. Like it had interesting moments that I enjoyed. Whereas this season, I did not enjoy anything about this season. I enjoyed Jem being like, Lisa, kiss me. Lisa, kiss me.
Girl, when Jem said that, I was like, Jem, please. That was
the only moment
crazy.
I liked. Everything else about the season was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I do think, I'm trying to think of good moments.
Maura finding out.
Yeah, honestly, that was good. But you're right. Yeah, this was a tough one.
This season was actually a 0 out of 10. I'm so sorry.
I don't think I'd say 0, but it will probably make my least favorite content list next year. Yes. My worst content list next year. Probably will.
It probably will.
I've already added it to my note.
Oh,
that's basically to prepare, because hopefully you guys have listened. We do a best and like worst kind of content of the year episodes at the beginning of each year. And so throughout the year, I keep a list of what's the top and what's the best. And like, what's the top and what's the worst. And Traitors has made that. And so is Love is Blind.
Yeah. Oh,
they're both on there right now.
Truly. Yes. I think that's so fair. So, Shelby, is this season of Traitors a wait or a watch?
Girl, as much as I want to like, because the first time we watched the show as a family with Sari, like,
it was so good.
It was so good. And so season 2 was so good with Phaedra and Dan.
Fantastic.
Like, so, and then even though I didn't like that CT and Trishelle won, the iconic MJ just standing there being like
so funny. Like, MJ's iconic.
So even though like I used to really rock hard for the show, so it's tough that it is not what it used to be. Yeah. So I it is a wait. I hate to say it because I used to really love the Traitors, but I think even the fact I've been in a really busy season of life, I would wait days to watch the newest episode. Right. Which shows a lot. I used to be appointment the second it was Thursday night. I was in front of that TV watching Traitors. Not anymore. No. It wasn't appointment TV.
No. And I also think less people were talking about it. I feel like it wasn't, I mean, it was the cast. The cast wasn't good. The cast
people were talking about Rob. That's the only thing I felt like we were talking about, like Rob and his overalls.
Yes. People, right. And we said this, Rob was a good casting choice. Like he was probably the one good casting choice of this season.
Well, and Lisa Rinna. I would say the stars of the season were Maura, Rob, and Lisa. Those are the people are talking about. Maura mostly because she's a clown and trusted Rob. And people are calling her pick me.
So this season is absolutely a wait.
I was gonna say, does that mean it's a wait?
Unless you are
a straight 0 to 10.
Unless you're a straight white man, you will absolutely hate this season. Unless you're a pick me woman, you will absolutely hate this season. Dang. So yeah, don't waste your time. I wish I could get my time back because I wasted too many hours of my life watching this white man just destroy all these women and send people of color home. I wish I could get my time back. It was
fun until Colton sent Tiffany home. I was having fun and then that happened and I was like, oh, we just sent all these black people back to back and we're targeting black women. That's when I think the societal factors got to me. But before that I was like, okay, Michael Rappaport's eating food weird and Lisa's wearing sunglasses inside. Like it was fun in the beginning, but it took a turn for me.
Yeah. So, let us know what y'all think about this season of The Traitors. If you guys detested it as much as we did, who do you want to see on season 5 of The Traitors?
I saw, because we watched Love Island All Stars, and I'm still looking at the cast. This is what it is. Yeah. Some people were saying they should put Scott or Tyreek on Traitors.
That would be good. Laura? Tyreek would be insane.
Laura, if they put some of these crazy UK men from Love Island on Traitors, great. Yeah. I want to see Scott whatever his name is, Suisse, whatever, and Tyreek Hyde on Traitors. They would be menaces. I think they would be great.
They would.
I would put them on Traitors. I also think Lisa Barlow or Meredith would be like...
Yeah, Lisa Barlow would be good.
Like, you gotta put someone from Salt Lake. Yeah. That's a missed opportunity.
Lisa Barlow would be good. Tiffany Pollard.
Laura. Tiffany
Pollard
couldn't handle the castle.
I think Tiffany Pollard is like too much of an agent of chaos.
You would literally be like Rappaport, which I guess you need. I think she'd be hilarious.
Tiffany would be insane. She has no filter, but I need to see her on the Traitors. I
also
need it.
think like I'd love to see someone from Love is Blind, like Cameron or Lauren. I know that they're like nice people, but I'd like,
yeah, I think Lauren would be good.
I'd be like, I want to see them in more reality stuff. I know they haven't really done that, but I think that would be interesting. Like seeing Lauren in the Traitors, like she could probably be a really good faithful that could make it to the end because she's so likable.
Yes.
So I'd be interested in that.
Maybe Giselle or Karen Huger on the Traitors.
Karen, fresh out of prison. That would be crazy. Ashley Darby would struggle.
No, Ashley, don't put her on.
She'd just be looking for a man.
Karen Huger would be really funny
on the Grand Dame, and
yes,
that would be funny. Luann or Sonia.
Oh yes, one of them would be really
nuts. Good. Nene. No. Oh my gosh, Nene Leakes.
Nene Leakes got to come back on my TV screen.
Kim Zolciak.
That's a great choice.
Like they got to pick some crazy people to really make it better. You need personalities.
Nene Leakes.
You need like strong personalities.
Yes. Who from Survivor? Any Survivor people?
Here's the thing. At this point, I haven't seen Survivor in so long. Like,
what if they? Oh my gosh! What if they put Mike White on the Traitors?
Oh, that would be great.
That would be good. Mike White would be good. They have Tyson on House of Traitors. No.
We're talking about villas. We're talking about House of Traitors. Like
House of Traitors.
Can you tell we're tired?
Tyson is on House of Villains. Tyson's on House of Villains. We're watching
all the reality TV. That makes me think. You think they put Jax Taylor on Traitors?
Stop putting, just like Colton, stop putting these dangerous men on
We said this
TV.
Last year. Put Katie Mahoney. Katie would be really good.
I'm like, why are we promoting these problematic men? I'm like, don't put Jax on more television, please.
So funny.
Yeah, I think Jax is a dangerous choice.
Oh, or if they want to keep going with Selling Sunset, Chelsea Lascani.
Oh, that's a good choice because she's outspoken, she's loud.
I think she'd be good on Traitors.
Yeah. I think that's a really good pick. I think that tell you, people, let us cast the Traitors. We'd make a fantastic season.
Sisters who cast.
Oh, from RuPaul's Drag Race, Simone Factory.
Literally. Yeah, no, honestly, Candy Muse. Please.
Candy Muse would be fantastic on the
Just
Traitors.
Screaming all over the castle in her Bronx accent. Honestly, if you wanted to do more Olympians, like a Noah Lyles, crazy.
Oh, yes. What if like Simone Biles or someone? I guess she's too famous. Who or Alyssa Liu, who just did the ice skating.
Oh yes, who just won.
Yes. I'm pick
what's the snowboarder? What's her name?
Lindsey Vonn.
No. The Asian one. Okay. Wow. Chloe Kim. You know who Chloe Kim is.
Yeah. Chloe Kim. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. Like, wait, who was the Olympian, the gymnast who was on Dance with the Stars? Jordan Childs.
Yeah, she'd be great.
Jordan Childs would be good. Yeah. Oh, the guy who just won Dance with the Stars. The Australian. Irwin. That's another great pick. There's a better
the Dancing with the Stars playbook. You know,
Eric Nam. Don't pick.
Even though I didn't realize he's like all these followers. I was like,
I know. Apparently, because I looked him up, he's like popular. He's like K-pop popular.
Apparently, I asked a friend. He's one of the like first American K-pop singers.
Yeah,
because most people are actually from Korea, but he's American. I was like, interesting.
Yes, I looked him up a bit too. So he is popular, but not really that popular in the U.S.
Not for the show.
Yeah, so I'm just like, pick people we actually know about. I feel like this season, the casting was whack. On to our What to Watch segment, they're casting a normal people Traitors.
Screaming.
Guys, don't worry. Shelby and I are going to apply. So.
Imagine if we get on it and they make one of us a traitor and one of us a faithful.
They would
100% do that.
Who would be the better? Would you rather be a traitor or faithful?
Honestly, I feel like what's tough is I like having information. I feel like when you're a faithful, you're in the dark.
Yeah, you just don't know anything.
But I am not the best liar, so that would be like I would be a little. I'd have to start practicing. Like I don't know. I would like. I don't have a best poker face. Like I would need to like practice to be a traitor. It wouldn't come natural to me, I think. But I would rather be in the know and be a traitor. But I'd probably struggle. Yeah, I feel like you would be a good faithful. Like, you're smart, to talk to people. I feel like you would be really good faithful. I'm good at managing relationships.
Yes. I feel like you would be good at detective work.
Yeah, you'd be the traitor.
I think it's easier to be a faithful because you're just playing, right?
Yes.
You're just like there,
Yes.
you're playing an honest game, you know what your job is. I think being a traitor is
It's
obviously
hard.
a lot harder.
Yeah.
And I also don't think I'm the best liar, but
Mm.
I think when you're the traitor, right, you're in control. You're running the
That's,
show.
that's what's nice about being a traitor. You know
Right.
what's happening.
You are taking the lead. So I think it would be more fun to be a traitor, but I don't know if I'm up for it. It's hard.
It's a toughie.
hard. I don't
That's a
know if I
toughie.
want to lie and have to
Mhm.
do all that. But I think we're not stupid, and I think we're both quite skeptical of people. So I think I could suss out the traitors well. So
Yeah.
I do think both of
Oh
us
my
would
gosh,
be good
what if we're
faithfuls.
both faithfuls and we win together? Not me like romanticizing being on the Traitors.
Rob won. Yes, he played a good game, but I think there was quite a bit of luck. If he
100%.
was playing in a house, right, they got rid of all the gamers, right? They got rid of the smart people. So if he had smarter faithfuls around him, he would not have won because
Not
all
at
the
all.
signs were there. They
Not
just
at
were
all.
too late, right?
They were like the
So-
worst group of faithfuls ever.
So yeah, he got lucky.
He
He
did.
played a good game, but he absolutely got lucky.
100%.
So, all right. Well, maybe you'll see Shelby and I in the next season of The Traitors.
Manifest it. So funny.
That would be hilarious.
Hilarious.
We shall see. Okay, well, if you enjoyed this episode, Sisters Who Watch, please make sure you're giving us 5 stars.
5 stars.
5 stars wherever you listen. Rate, download, subscribe. We really appreciate your support, and follow us at
Yes.
Sisters Who Watch on all social media platforms, and check out our website, sisterswhowatch.com, and you can buy our merch.
Yes, and we appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for the support. We're actually getting ready to celebrate 3 years of podcasting.
3
So,
years of SWW.
Super grateful for all of you. Thank you so much, and please continue to support, follow, comment, all the things. We want to hear from you.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye. Stay
Stay
watching.